How's it going, Tom? Good evening. Long time no see. Just in case. How's it going, Owens? Doing all right? How are you? Hey, Loner. Finally back. I know it's been like 2 months, it feels like. Nice, Conjuring 2. I don't think I've seen that. I think we've only seen the first Conjuring. Yeah, too long for sure. How's it going, the real dude? Um, right. There we go. The trip was good. Yeah, we in Scotland, mostly just kind of visiting family and stuff. Pretty low key. Got to see a couple of places that we haven't seen before, but overall just a family trip pretty much. The Conjuring is a really good film. I don't know if I've seen the second one though. But yeah, it's been so long. I mean, Sam and I we were gone for about a week and a half, 2 weeks. So Sam and I were just so busy trying to get ahead enough on the channel so that we could still post stuff while we were gone. And, we were taking all of this time, so we couldn't really jump on stream because we just had to try to get stuff filmed. And then so that was a couple of weeks. And then we were gone for a couple of weeks. And then when we came back, we were sick for a little while. Not COVID, because we still had to get tested for COVID coming back, and we were negative for that. But I think we were just caught something. I think there was just something going around in Scotland or on a plane or something like that. So we were sick for a little while. So it was hard to maintain our schedule because when we got back from Scotland, we had like nothing in the bank because we were gone for so long. We worked so hard to kind of build up enough for like reserved stuff so we can keep posting. And then we burned through that. By the time we came back, we had nothing. We were sick trying to get through that. So that was a slow, difficult process. Um, and now we're trying to get caught up and not even caught up, but like ahead of schedule. So this is the first Friday in a very long time where we actually had some time. I was working on the Evil Dead edit. Evil Dead 2 was be coming out tomorrow. So I was working on that and I'm like, okay, enough's enough. I gotta jump on stream just because it's been so long. So we are slowly getting ahead. We have Evil Dead working on that currently. So that will be up tomorrow. We finished up Cobra Kai episode 9 and 10, season 4. So we're done with Cobra Kai. But so I got to get those videos edited, and that's it. So that's how far. That's that would Cobra Kai would technically go up on Tuesday of next week. So we technically have the two next videos already recorded and it's somewhat edited. So that's pretty far ahead as far as we're concerned. So um, we have a lot to still work on this weekend, but I think we're finally there. We're finally getting to a place where we're getting really a comfortable cushion of stuff so that, I was able to jump on stream for a little while today. And I'm sure Sam will be joining us next Friday. And I'm sure, hopefully, this means that um, we can go back to streaming a lot more often because it's definitely incredibly fun and the fastest way for us to be able to communicate and chat with everyone. Um, so it feels good. It feels good to finally be getting into a place where hopefully I can like see the light at the end of the tunnel. I can see the future of us being able to kind of consistently come on every Friday and hang out. What's on the agenda for tonight? Not too much, just chilling, hanging out, whatever, just chatting, catching up with you all. The house is coming along well. Thank you for asking. We actually had some more furniture delivered today, with just like the delays of everything. Um, when we purchased furniture and stuff, we were anticipating about a 6 month lead time. So, we were buying like a couch, and it's like, okay, we're just not going to have a couch for 6 months. Uh, so, we actually got a lot of stuff delivered earlier than we thought, which is great. So, the house is coming along. It's still, very empty in terms of the overall house, but we're starting to slowly get the important pieces in. You may suggest whatever you want, Alex. I mean, yeah, we've loved the spaghetti western genre. I mean, we burned through the Sergio Leone, I believe. Hopefully, I'm pronouncing that correctly. Um, like the Dollar trilogy, Man with No Name trilogy. I think technically Man with No Name trilogy is maybe better because The Good and Bad, the Ugly doesn't have dollar in the title. Um, but yeah, no, I especially I've loved it. I've said a few times like oh, hey big guy, how's it going? I haven't heard that sound in a long time. Um, yeah, love the spaghetti western genre. So I'm sure we're also gonna watch more Sergio Leone movies and more Clint Eastwood westerns and stuff, or just films in general. But if there's other directors or actors or something in that same genre, absolutely, always give us a recommendation. Summer cold, shoot, sorry, Tom. Hope you're getting better or feeling better soon. I think that's just kind of what it was. It was just like, I feel like sometimes your immune system takes a shock when you travel so much, the time difference and just how much time you spent in an airport and crowded in a metal tube with a bunch of people. Something about travel just tends to get people a little sick. So I think it was just a cold. I mean, it was obviously a cold, but just took a little long to kind of uh, get healthy from. Just kind of lingered a little bit, but we're doing good now. So hopefully you're feeling good soon, Tom. Stand by Me. That's Stand by Me. Is that Stephen King, right? I feel like we've had that suggested before, so I'm like 99.9% sure we have that on our list because we'll likely go through a bunch of Stephen King, or is it Stephen King or Frank? Oh no, it's Robert. Oh, but it is by Stephen King. Okay, yeah, yeah, we have that on our list for sure. Owens, so that will likely happen on our channel at some point for sure because both the director and the source is high on our list. Yeah, yeah, that was quite an experience. I love the first Evil Dead. The second Evil Dead, I've seen the third one, so it's rough for me to put my order. I don't know what my order would be. The second one was interesting for sure. That the second one had a lot more elements that I thought were gonna maybe pop up in the first one. But I mean, man, Evil Dead One and versus Evil Dead Two, two totally different movies. Even though it's almost identical for the first like 10 minutes. Cobra Kai has been incredible. That's been such an awesome experience. We're such huge fans of that show. Cannot wait for that to come back in September. What's my take on Evil Dead 2? Probably a controversial one. I actually think I probably prefer the first Evil Dead. I actually feel you'll see in our discussion of the outro that the I don't see the budget. I feel like um there's certain I feel like it tried to be still be a horror movie while also being like a campy fun movie, and I feel like it didn't do either of them as good as it could have. Whereas I feel like I've seen Evil Army of Darkness, so I feel like that's very light on the horror elements, but very heavy on like the campy. So I feel like that's amazing in that aspect. So I love Army of Darkness, and I feel like the first Evil Dead, it's just pure horror. And I feel like it knocked that out of the park. So I feel like the second one just tried to do both, and it didn't achieve what I thought it would. Um, and I feel like the extra budget that goes to clearly like CGI or special effects, um, when it's still trying to be a horror movie, but then the CGI just kind of looks obviously when it came from, it kind of takes you out of it. Whereas Army of Darkness, even though the quality or the special effects CGI may be identical, it doesn't take you out because you're just full on in campy, fun comedy mode. So that's my take. That's as political of an answer as I can give. How's it going, DNA's in? Yes, yeah, we love Cobra Kai. No, still we're still rocking the camping chair. This is just when I'm editing and stuff, I'll sit in this chair, and then when we're gonna watch, I'll just move this like gaming chair out of the way, and then we'll bring the camping chair, and it's literally just a pretty shitty camping chair that we've had for like 15 years that has like a green tarp over it that I chroma key out. There's our Hollywood magic. I know, big guy. It's been so long. I got Stand By Me, Owens. I got you. Probably a good. I don't know if I've ever seen any River Phoenix movie. What's a River Phoenix movie you would recommend? That's good. That's good, Tom. Glad to hear you're doing better. That would be a good one. DNA's and the original Django. Man, I would love to see certain movies from Quentin Tarantino for the first time on the channel, but we've seen like half of them, so we can't. We'll only put movies on the channel that either I haven't seen, Sam hasn't seen, or we both haven't seen. So, as much as I would love to throw uh, Django or Pulp Fiction or Inglorious Bastards up on the channel, we've both seen them. So, unfortunately, they will not be coming. But the original Django, haven't seen. So that would be awesome. Which is the actor who? No, there's someone. Is it? There's a scene in Django Unchained where Django is talking to someone. I think that person. I don't know. I don't remember the trivia. Cinderella Man, how's it going? I can't bear it. I don't think it's been that many days. I hope not. But that is high on our list for sure. We have that on a short list somewhere. We have like a big list and on like Letterbox and stuff, and then we have some other like actual like written list somewhere. Sam manages all of that. But Cinderella Man, that's high on there for sure. How's it going, Marcus? Tori versus Sam in the All Valley. I guess like we can probably. I mean, Sam and I have seen all of Cobra Kai, so spoiler alert, going to talk a little bit about Cobra Kai. So if you haven't seen the final episode 9 and 10, please leave now. Come back in like 30 seconds. I thought it was great. I thought the Tori versus Sam fight was great. I think it was great for both characters. I think Sam fought extremely well. I loved the aspect of Sam using um, Miyagi and Eagle Fang. I love Daniel and Johnny finally realizing that they don't have to perfectly get along. Um, I feel like Daniel was definitely the one who disrespected Johnny's karate style more, and finally like realized the benefits of it. So I feel like it was a very sweet moment between Sam and Daniel, between Johnny and Daniel. I think Sam fought amazing. Technically, I think Sam should have won that fight. She got a point that was taken away, which obviously you find out later was rigged. Um, that would have been her second point, and then she got a third point quickly after that. And also Tori had that illegal elbow, which probably should have deducted a point, but obviously it was rigged. But I also thought it was great for Tori because Tori didn't fight dirty. Tori fought very well, also, and she didn't rig the fight. She didn't cheat. Even when she hit Sam in the face with like the elbow, she immediately was like apologetic and was like not. It wasn't an intentional move, and she was made that very clear. And it's not her decision to deduct or not deduct a point. So Tori didn't do anything wrong, and she won, which is great. And then obviously her realization that it was rigged is brutal because Tori, I feel like, really deserved something nice in her life, and she was on like cloud nine for what 30 minutes before she realized it was all fake. So I'm really interested to see the Tori storyline moving forward. So as far as things go, I feel like they did both fighters justice, which is really incredible. Yes, we are going to start The Boys season three after Cobra Kai. All right, it's been so long streaming. I feel like I'm getting tongue tied. I don't know if we'll do Star Wars stuff. When we first created this channel, we definitely planned on doing Star Wars stuff. We wanted to do The Mandalorian because that was relatively new. I think the first season had just come out or something. Really excited to watch it. Still haven't watched The Mandalorian, and now I feel like we kind of are screwed with Marvel and Star Wars content. It's just there's so much out there that it would be like our entire channel. Like if we wanted to get through all the Marvel TV shows to start watching what's currently happening on Marvel TV, it would take us forever. Like we still haven't seen those in person. Same with Star Wars. There's so much Star Wars content out there that I feel like you can't just do a little. I feel like you have to like commit or not commit. We just don't have the time to commit to how much Star Wars like they're just pumping out way too much. To be honest, they're just doing Disney's doing too much. They're giving us way too many Marvel shows and they're giving us way too many Star Wars shows where it's just like you're expected to only watch that. I mean, I don't know how much time they think people have in the world, but we don't have any free time. So it's just way too much content. So I really would love to watch it, but it seems like it's a giant hurdle to actually start it now. Oh, possibly J Rod. I don't think I've seen the Hostel. I think I like read the Wikipedia like plot summary of the first Hostel movie, but possibly it's Eli Roth, I believe, right? The Quarry. Um, I haven't seen anything about that other than I think it's made by the same people who did some other video game. It's kind of like a you like pick choices and you're like a bunch of kids or something. I think that would be a great game to play for sure, Owens. That's a great suggestion. How's it going, Ultimate? Explorers and sneakers. Okay. I'm gonna have to add that to the list, Tom. Interesting. Okay. River Phoenix is in Indiana Jones? Oh. We've never seen I've only seen the fourth Indiana Jones, which people fucking hate. But I had a great time in the theaters because I didn't know that I was supposed to hate it. So I still don't hate it, but um, we wanted to do the Indiana Jones series on the channel because Sam hasn't seen the original three Indiana Jones either, but it's Paramount, and Paramount just gives us the most headaches. So we'll have to see how we do that. Gotcha. Thank you, DNA Zen. I knew there was something, some sort of cameo. Yeah, Once Upon a Time in the West. That's definitely on our list, Marcus. Oh, thanks, big guy. We've been loving Arcane. It has started to draw me back into League of Legends, which is not good. Yeah, hit us with the notes, Tom. U.S. Marshals, I believe we actually have that on a poll right now. I don't think it's winning, but that is obviously on our short list because we've included into polls and stuff, and we had such an awesome time with the Fugitive that the U.S. Marshals is definitely up there. Yeah, definitely not going down without a fight. How's it going, Gustan? I know it's been a while. Sorry, Gustan. Yeah, exactly. I mean, Sam and I would love to just do this full time, but we both have full time jobs that are great jobs. Um, so we got to keep that going. Um, so we're doing our best to kind of get as much as out there, and we have ideas of like other stuff. Like I would really like to react to the trailer for like Cobra Kai season 5. That's something that Sam and I haven't seen. So even just like little small stuff like that would be cool. Or there's like a ton of like video game trailers that I really love. That would be cool for me to like. I would like to share that with Sam. Um, so there's other stuff, or Sam and I like. I would love for like newer movies that we know we're going to see in theaters, which we don't have time to. I have not been able to go see Top Gun. I've been dying to go see Top Gun in theaters. I really wanted to see Everything Everywhere All at Once in theaters. I don't even think that's in theaters anymore, so we missed that opportunity. But if we were in a place where we could see new movies like the weekend that they would release, I would love for Sam and I to have some sort of like a more critical review for the videos that we have on our channel where it's like reactions. No one's interested in our like, at least in my opinion, no one's interested in like a critical review because these are already established movies that people love or hate or whatever. But no one's interested in a review of it. They just want to see a reaction and commentary about it. But for new movies, I feel like that's what reviews are useful for because it's more about like, is this worth my time? Is this worth my money? Should I watch it in the theater? Should I wait until it's on streaming? So you can be more critical with um, newer movies. So I would love for Sam and I to be able to like see a new movie in theaters and then have like a review video of it and stuff. Um, so there's tons of stuff that we'd love to do, and we would obviously love to have more videos per week, more than four. And all of that is definitely possible if we get ahead. Because once we're ahead, we're not scrambling to get stuff done, and we can actually have things planned out a little bit better. Oh, David Arquette's in the core. That's cool. Yeah, exactly, Gustan. I'm pretty sure it's owned by Paramount. The schedule, yes. Let me go through the schedule. Sorry, man, my voice is already hurting. It's not. That's not good. Man, and I tried to pull up the schedule and I pulled up Google Maps. What the hell am I doing here? Okay. Okay, so I'll run through the schedule, give you some sneak peek access for hanging out with me on Twitch. So Evil Dead tomorrow, Evil Dead 2 tomorrow. We're still watching Cobra Kai and Arcane. Actually, so next week is the finale for both. Next week is the finale for Cobra Kai and for Arcane. So that's huge. It's crazy that they lined up on the same week. We didn't plan that. We'll be watching North by Northwest and There Will Be Blood next week. The week after that, we will be starting two new TV shows. We will be starting The Boys season 3. Um, that's one of uh, Sam and I's favorite TV shows. We've done the first two seasons on the channel. That was so early on in the channel. Feels like years ago. but we haven't seen anything, so we're super excited for the boys to start. We'll be watching another show that um, it kind of, I know it's not at all, but still, I'll say it feels like Reacher, um, just because it's like that military aspect and the lots of like questions and mystery. And we had such an awesome time with Reacher. And this is Chris Pratt in The Terminal List on Amazon. I know nothing about this, but it's just kind of funny because, like I said, the similarity between like military as well as like a mystery kind of figuring out type of story. But then also, I love Alan Ritchson as Thad Castle, a comedy, and then his transition into a more serious like military role was excellent. And then Sam and I love Chris Pratt as Andy, I believe, on Parks and Rec. So it's like both comedians, both going into like military action TV shows, um, and both on Amazon. So yeah, we'll be doing The Terminal List. No, I know nothing about it. Sam knows nothing about it, but I saw it and I was like, this seems like kind of like Reacher, and it seemed like a lot of people really enjoyed us reacting to Reacher. So hopefully they enjoy that. And then after those two shows, I'll probably speak ahead of myself when I probably shouldn't. But it is probably about 99% certain that Sam and I will then be doing The Sopranos. Um, that's such a long TV show. I think it's 86 episodes. 86 episodes. Um, so we will kind of be doing it a little differently. We're almost gonna kind of use that as like a filler show where that will be what we're reacting to while we're waiting for something else to come. Because if we only watch The Sopranos, we'll be watching Sopranos for almost the next year, like an entire year of nothing but Sopranos. That's a lot. And Sam and I don't want to ignore every TV show that comes out over the next year. And I'm sure people would don't want to only watch just Sopranos for an entire year. So when we don't have a new show coming out, then we'll be watching The Sopranos. But there are shows that I'm interested in, like the Lord of the Rings TV show. Lord of the Rings, the original trilogy, probably had the most impact on my movie and TV interest. That hit me at such a peak age of my life. I don't think there's any movies that are more impactful on who I am as a person other than Lord of the Rings. So I am excited for the TV show. There's like a half a dozen TV shows that I'm really excited for. So it'll just kind of like maybe we finish a season of Sopranos and then we are watching a different show. And then once we're done with that, then we'll go back to season two of The Sopranos or something like that. So people may hate it, people may like it, but that's the only feasible way Sam and I can do such an aggressively long TV show without getting fatigue or having everyone who's watching our channel be fatigued by it. Sorry, that was an incredibly long explanation. So, anyways, so that's a TV show. So it was North by Northwest. There will be Blood. The next week after that will be Die Hard 4 and Evil Dead 3, technically Army of Darkness. Then after that, we have Death Proof, continuing our Tarantino series. Then we have Fargo. After that, we have Ferris Bueller's Day Off. And then The Untouchables. Then we have Primal Fear and Once Upon a Time in New York. So that's about halfway through July. Oh, how's it going, Deacon? Um, sorry, so I'm talked for so long. I'm gonna have to rifle through a bunch of Succession. We've never seen it. I've been thinking about putting that on the channel. Not quite sure, but seems like such an amazing show that it might happen at some point. So we've never seen it, but I only hear great things about it. Oh, possibly. I don't know. Discord's rough. I do my best to try to look at Twitter, Instagram, Patreon messages, YouTube comments. Discord. So honestly, my mind is just a maze right now. So I don't know if I have Ultimate. I don't remember. I'll have to ask Sam. The Discord. Let me see if I can just. I don't know if I can. Sorry, again, it's been so long. I don't own channels or something like that that are exclusive. But the main. Okay, well, Discord just doesn't seem like it wants to work. Not opening. Okay, I'll try that again in a little bit. It just crashes every time I open up Discord.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
thank you, DNA Zen. I don't know. I haven't looked to see who has reacted to Indiana Jones. Um, I have no idea. So if you can't find any on YouTube, that's probably because Paramount goes after it. Um, because I would have to imagine that it's such a popular series that people would react to it. Yeah, 4 videos is a lot considering we both have full-time jobs. Um, so somehow we've been able to make it work. Obviously, some days are delayed or some days get moved around, but I think on average we've consistently hit 4 videos a week for quite a while now. So pretty proud of that, but we could do better and we need to do better. Yeah, really excited. We'll probably watch North by Northwest tomorrow. The boys, super excited for the boys. Yeah, the terminal list. I don't know anything about it, but it looks. I saw one trailer because I was just to be like, is this something that I think Sam and I would enjoy? I think it would be right down our alley. Seems like it's got a lot of mystery and a lot of action. Yeah, we have to do a lot more Adam Sandler movies for sure. Wait, the wedding. I was thinking of the wedding singer. Is there something different for the wedding ringer? So yeah, The Sopranos just used as a filler. Yeah, it's Supernatural. I don't know how we would do Supernatural's got to be like what 15, 16 seasons. Willow TV series. We've never seen what is a movie? Willow? Is that we've never seen it, or is it an old TV show? Regardless, never seen it. Okay, yeah, I haven't seen other Indiana Jones stuff. So I that's good news though. If there are a bunch of Indiana Jones videos on YouTube, that hopefully it's weird. Honestly, copyright stuff is so weird because we know other reaction channels who have just been harassed for certain movies or certain companies that we've had zero problems with, and then vice versa, where they have had no problems and we've had nothing but problems. So it's almost like they take their pick of like we're gonna screw with this person for this stuff and screw with this person for this stuff. How's it going, Minecraft? Yes, super excited for Die Hard 4. That is crazy. 10 actors in Goodfellas. There was something that I feel like we've watched so much stuff, and I don't think there's any show that has been commented on more than like The Sopranos to be like, oh, this person's in The Sopranos, or this movie has X amount of actors from Sopranos. So we're just like, okay, we got to do it. We got to do Sopranos. And I mean, we love Goodfellas and Casino and whatever other stuff that I'm blanking on. The Godfather series. I got to try to get that back up on her channel. So we love like this mafia crime stuff. It's so entertaining. So I'm sure we're gonna love The Sopranos. Oh my gosh, how long have I been talking? Can you guys hear me? Did Discord crash? Did Discord crash Twitch? Hopefully you guys can hear me. Hello. Well, I'm just gonna keep talking as if you guys can hear me. Okay, thank God. Okay, so that's I don't know why Discord crashed stream. Fuck, how long was I talking? Well, DNA's in. Thank you for this for the sub. Man, what question did I avoid? Fuck, I've been talking nonstop. Yeah, I really want to watch Everything Everywhere All at Once. Absolutely. Oh, thank you for the sub, DNA's in. Oh, 327 episodes? That doesn't even seem possible. The Wire is another show that comes up a lot. That would probably be one of our next like filler TV shows. Um, but we just figured we would start with The Sopranos first. Oh, it has Alan Richson in it. Okay, gonna have to watch The Wedding Ringer then. Yes, I feel like I got a lot of recommendations for Willow because of Lord of the Rings. So yeah, we're gonna have to put Willow on there for sure. I don't think we've actually seen Pixels. It would be cool to do like we've done so many action stars technically or like serious stuff. Not that Adam Sandler can't do serious, but it would be a lot more like fun and comedy elements. I mean, with Stallone and Arnold, technically we've kind of done like a De Niro series, Clint Eastwood series at this point, Kurt Russell series. Like we've been doing these series like unintentionally. Um, so it's all like a lot of testosterone there, a lot of action, a lot of drama. So sometimes an Adam Sandler movie is just having a good time. So it would be nice to kind of go through like a comedy or a more lighthearted uh, roll of films. You'll never know what I said in that minute. Yeah, we still have a lot like Donnie Brasco. Shoot, there was something else for sure. There's a couple like mafia film stuff or like crime stuff that we want. Thank you, everyone, for letting me know you can hear me again. Yeah, Nikki and Steven are great. They're one of the first few channels that I watched when I first kind of discovered the reaction genre years ago because of Game of Thrones, which I'm super excited for any Jon Snow content. I did everything in my power to convince myself that season 8 was good. And I finally had to admit to myself, okay, it sucked. I just loved Game of Thrones so much. I just didn't want it to be as shitty. I didn't want that to be true. It is terrible. But I trust Kit Harrington deliver us something that can leave us with a better taste in our mouth. So I'm incredibly excited for any sort of Jon Snow sequel. Um, so really looking forward to that because Jon Snow was my favorite from episode 1. I was 100% Jon Snow. I just think he should have just kept the relationship going with Daenerys. Kind of stupid. Kind of stupid that he just kind of let that fall just because she was what his aunt or something. Pretty ridiculous. Come on, you already went there. She ended up killing millions of people. I would be excited. I mean, she. I don't know. What is it? Drago? Not Drago. Oh fuck it. It's Drogon. It's just dragon, but an O instead of an A or something like that. Drogon does take her to some place. I think in the direction of some sort of temple or something like that. I don't know. She should come back. Amelia Clark, come back. Give us a better ending to Game of Thrones. Okay. Yeah, The Expanse. That's definitely another one that was kind of on our list. Sam's dad, I think Sam's dad loves that show. Could be confusing with something else, but yeah, that's another one. Yeah, that's crazy. And now he's on The Boys, or one of them is, right? From Supernatural to The Boys. We have seen Wolf of Wall Street. That's an excellent movie. Love that movie. I think Twitch only keeps videos for a certain amount of time. So I think we just haven't filmed a video in that long. They just got deleted. Like the old videos had expired and we hadn't created any new videos to be stored. So I think that would maybe be the case. I would assume that after I'm done streaming with this, that this would be up on Twitch. All three of those for sure. A big guy. Forbidden Planet. I feel like I think we had Forbidden Planet on the schedule somewhere, but I think we had to move it for something, and then it just kind of got like lost in eternity. Feel like we were like a weekend away from actually filming it. Bloodsport for sure, especially because it's brought up again in Cobra Kai. And Paul, yeah, I gotta watch the movie that I actually participated in. Really? Ooh, I've never seen Sons of Anarchy. To be honest, I don't know why it's so difficult. I truly think that there might be only one TV show that ended perfectly, and that would be Breaking Bad. I don't think I've ever experienced a TV show ending as perfectly as Breaking Bad, and apparently I don't know if I ever will. Um, it's just I don't get it. I don't know. It's not that I don't get it. I think the very obvious answer is in the it's all money and industry aspect is you don't know how long your show is going to last. You either have a plan to end a show at a certain point, and the show is so successful, you just scrap that and have to keep it going, and then you just run out of ideas, and then you're like, okay, fuck, now we have to end it. Um, or you create a show with like a great beginning in mind, with no, I guess, hope or expectation that it's actually going to be as successful as it is, and it's keeps being so successful that you're like, well, crap, I didn't figure this one through. I didn't think this one past season one. So then the subsequent seasons are just terrible. I don't know why. I don't know. I wish more shows were like Breaking Bad, where like loose ends and storylines are tied up and resolved, and when the thing is over, it's over. Yeah, I mean it was just terrible. There was a few moments that I really loved in season 8, and then the rest is just like, especially too. It's like I hate that concept of like I think they had some quote or something about like fan service. Like, well, we just didn't want to do all this fan service. Like, yeah, everyone wanted to see Jon Snow fight whatever. What is it? The Lich King? No, that's World of Warcraft or something like that. Um, but everyone, yeah, they're like, yeah, everyone want to see that. So that's just the obvious thing to do, and we don't want to, we want to be unique and special. So we're just not going to fucking do that. It's like, stop it. That if that's what people want to see, give it to them. Fan service is good in certain situations. So it's just they just tried to be so unique, and then they just fucked everything up. And now no one will touch them. They made an ungodly amount of money, but I don't think anyone. I mean, that is not something you want to like promote. You don't want to be like from the producers of Game of Thrones. Everyone's gonna be like, well, fuck that. Hey, how's it going, Yoshi? Yeah, Kusan, it was forbidden to watch Forbidden Planet. We have not watched Better Call Saul. I have seen the first episode, I think. So I think so did Sam. I think we really enjoyed it, but we just never continued it for some reason. But I have heard a lot of people say that Better Call Saul actually is better than Breaking Bad. I don't know if I believe that, but I think Better Call Saul is hailed as a great show, and I think it's coming to an end or already has come to an end. But I would have to assume that it will probably end pretty perfectly because it's the same people who did Breaking Bad, and I still think no show has ever ended as beautiful as Breaking Bad. Oh, there's like nothing worse. It's always the last episode or last like moments that you're going to really remember. I mean, that's the reality is when you talk about Game of Thrones, people probably shit on it. Like your first instinct, if someone's talking about Game of Thrones, would be like, "Oh, that last season was terrible." Yet seasons 1 through 7 or 1 through 6 or whatever, that arguably could have been the greatest TV show to ever exist. You go from the storyline to being, "Oh yeah, that was the greatest show to ever exist," to everyone being like, "Yeah, that was garbage, right?" And it was just like 6 episodes was enough to just destroy what could have been the absolute most perfect legacy. So I feel like just ending your show on a bad note just destroys so much hard work by people. The Shield, never saw The Shield. No, yeah, Marcus, you're not alone with that opinion on Better Call Saul. I see that constantly, which that's incredibly high praise. So Better Call Saul is definitely a show that Sam and I would like to watch at some point. That would be really interesting, Minecraft. I like that. Um, yeah, that'd be interesting. I think I've seen one Charlie Chaplin film in college. Um, I don't remember it exactly, but that would be cool. Yeah, we would absolutely be open to that. Mike and Molly. Never saw Mike and Molly, but I could see. I know about the show, so that could be a good one. What about? I actually really enjoyed this show. This Is Us. I think that ended, but I don't know. Do people like that ending? I haven't seen it yet, but that show was good, and it felt very thought out and like planned. Spartacus. Okay, I haven't seen that. I trust all of your words on these shows that end well or not. I don't think shows ending well or not ending well is a particularly uh like one side or the other type of thing. I feel like that's like it feels like it's a very common opinion whether a show ends well or not. So if one person says it, I have faith that the majority of people. The Walking Dead, yeah, that's one where it's just like, is it better to end it and just start a different story about different people in a different place instead of just finding ways to keep the same thing going? Oh, I was definitely emotionally damaged. I've never been more stressed about not being able to see how a show ends than Game of Thrones. Like that sounds so stupid, but I remember like driving home and I was in traffic and I was just like, please. It was like the episode just came out. I'm sure people had already been watching it or something. I was like, please, for the love of God, let me get home safe so I can at least in my life experience the ending of Game of Thrones. And then I got home safe and I experienced it and I was like, oof, okay. So that happened. We did. It went by so fast. I honestly thought it would take longer or feel like longer, but it feels like we just started watching Cobra Kai and now we're done with it. Yeah, we'll see what happens, but people really love that show. Oh yeah, they're definitely not allowed to touch any Game of Thrones after the reaction of season 8. So, I mean, I think from what I've seen, it was Kit Harington himself and his team that brought the idea of the direction for Jon Snow to George R. R. Martin and HBO and stuff. So it's his idea for the character that he played for the better part of 8 years or something of how he wants to go. So I have faith in that because it's gotta suck too, to be part of that and to like that's how you leave your impression on people. I mean, it sucks as us as viewers, but I'm sure it's a million times shittier for the people who put in so much hard work and time and dedication into their roles or their careers or any aspect into the filmmaking side, and then for it to just kind of leave a bad taste in everyone's mouth. You, if you get an opportunity to kind of redeem yourself a little bit, it's kind of like Stallone and Rocky, where it's like clearly he wanted to come back and do things a little bit better. Oh, interesting. Gee, I can't imagine watching a show for 15 years and then getting to the end and being like, oh, I don't know how I feel about that. I feel like I've only seen like 2 episodes of The X Files when I was like a little kid. And I feel like whatever I saw scarred me or something because I never watched it again. Yeah, but I also don't blame them for defending it. So it's just a bad situation in general. But it's also, I still don't know. It's like, do I not like the ending or do I not like how they got there? Because the author told them how everything was going to end. He still hasn't finished the fucking books. I don't know what the hell. He was supposed to finish these books like years ago, so he still hasn't finished them. So, as far as I'm concerned, that is how things end in his books, which that's just like, okay, that kind of sucks. Um, the signs are there throughout the seasons of why they would get to that ending. So is it, do I not like the ending because they got there too fast, or even if they would have spent a whole season getting to that point, but I still not have liked it? I feel like I still wouldn't have liked it. Um, so I don't know. Doctor Who's been around for like 60 years or something like that. I feel like the thing that upset me a lot about um, Game of Thrones was that there were so many incredible theories because there was so much that happened in the series, and they're like, oh my god, this means this, and this connects to that, and oh, this is how they could go in this direction, and this is how they can reveal this, and there's so many amazing things that could have happened, and it's just like none of it. It was very basic in the grand scheme of things. It wasn't some crazy twist or um, it wasn't like a lot of pieces finally came together. It was just kind of like, yeah, this happens, done. We're done with this. And I feel like that's the same thing with I'm Afraid for Stranger Things. Sam and I watched all of Stranger Things. We decided not to do season 4 on the channel because we had already watched seasons 1 through 3 long ago before the channel even existed. Definitely regret that decision because we had such a fun time watching it that we're like, man, we would have had even more fun reacting to it. Just crazy to think about. So we definitely wish we would have put it on the channel. But long story short, what I'm getting at is I'm seeing all of these crazy theories and all of these really interesting videos of how this connects to that, and here's how deep the storyline is, and here's how this little moment or this little scene can tie into this one from the first season. Like this could all be incredible, and it could be so detailed and so intricate. You could have all of this amazing payoff for all of these amazing storylines coming together in ways that you wouldn't expect. Or the worst thing that it could do is just be like at the end of Stranger Things, it just cuts to the kids as kids, and they're like, "Oh, that was a fun game of D&D. Let's go home." And it's like, "Oh, everything you just watched was them playing a game of D&D. How clever." And I would be like, "I'm going to fucking I'm going to flip out." So, I feel like I had that experience with Game of Thrones where I was just anticipating so much clever stuff to happen, and at the end of the day it was just very basic. I'm like, "Well, then what the fuck was the point of spending all of this time on all of these crazy storylines when none of that comes into play?" So I'm afraid Stranger Things is going to have that same thing where people are just going to give it way too much credit, and then it's just going to disappoint you with what actually happens. Yeah, I honestly never watched Lost. I saw the pilot episode, which I liked a lot, and the show's already over by that point. I liked the pilot episode, and I think I spoiled myself by just like I was like, "Oh, how does the show end?" And then I saw a bunch of outrage of how people hated the ending, and I was like, "Well, I'm not going to watch the show then." That's how bad a bad ending can be. Like I didn't watch any of Lost because I already knew that people didn't like the ending. So I was like, I'm not going to spend all of this time just to get disappointed in the end. Even though you could have 99 out of 100 episodes be absolutely amazing, that final one is enough to just not even bother trying or experiencing the previous 99. It's terrible. Lots of notes, Tom. Loving it. Yeah, no, I mean, I don't know him from anything other than Kill Bill. Um, so yeah, I think Sam probably was anticipating some very scary looking dude, and I'm sure he is a very scary dude, or he was. Rest in peace. Um, but when you finally see him, he honestly looks like a grandpa. So it's just kind of like, oh, okay, that's Bill. Oh, interesting. Hey, how's it going, Jason? Thanks for the support. Alien, yeah, Alien was one of our first movies. Great. Yeah, we were not on our game for Copland. That movie surprised us more often than we usually get surprised. That was great. We loved Copland. I still think it's incredible that you can have such a great movie, such a clever movie, and such a stacked cast, and almost no one knows about that movie. Like, how is that even freaking possible? Seen elsewhere. Haven't heard of it. Kill Bill movies are great for sure, Jason. Yeah, I've seen a lot of controversy with that ending, um, and that's just enough for me to stay away. No, I honestly don't know if I've ever seen any Bruce Lee stuff. So that would be great to experience. I know Sam for sure hasn't. Copland was super underrated. Oh,
Oh, yeah.
thank you, Gustan. Ah, very well put, DNA Zen. Thank you for the sub, Gustan. For sure. We're gonna keep working our way through the Stallone series, so that includes the Expendables. I think I've only seen the first Expendable. Um, so what? There's three, I think, probably more on their way. So definitely that will be on the channel. That the Expendables will probably come pretty late, I would assume, in our Stallone series because I feel like we would have to make sure that we watch a few more movies to get the full impact of all of the action stars coming together. Obviously, like Jean Claude Van Damme, I think is in it. Um, Maybe some Jason Statham movies or something. Like we would have to watch enough so that once we do get to the Expendables, it's like, oh my god, him. So I don't know. We're gonna have to take a look to see who's in the cast and make sure we get those. Which then kind of kills the surprise, unfortunately. But then, like, which one do you get surprised? You wouldn't be surprised if you don't know who they are, and the only way to figure out who they are is to look up to see if they're in the movie or not, which kills the surprise. So, kind of sucks. There's no winning that situation, but I think we would still need to watch the movies. Oh my god, him! That movie sucked that we watched. Yeah, there's a lot of martial arts movies. Probably not Yoshi. It's been like 2 months. It's been a while. Yeah, I think I've seen the first Transporter at least. Ooh, I know Jet Li. I feel like I've seen some Jet Li movies. I totally didn't realize he was in Expendables. I haven't seen Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. I may have seen a fight scene or two from that movie, but I haven't seen the movie. I probably just saw like a fight scene on YouTube or something. Yeah, see, we haven't seen enough Mel Gibson, Antonio Banderas for sure. Haven't seen enough. I probably did see that one with Aaliyah and Jet Li. Have you seen Speed? Yes, we have. Oh no, we have not seen the Lethal Weapon series. I feel like Mel Gibson would be a good person to follow. There's a couple people that I feel like would be cool to follow once we're done with Stallone. Like Mel Gibson would be cool. I think Keanu would be cool. Um, we've already kind of done a handful of Bruce Willis films. Um, who else? Jackie Chan would be cool. Really focusing in on Kurt Russell or Clint Eastwood would be good. Adam Sandler would be funny for sure. Tom Cruise would be a good one. Whew. Excuse me. Getting tired. Yeah, TBR Schmitt would be cool. Go through his videos. Yeah, so I think I might have seen Romeo Must Die. Universal Soldier, we've definitely been recommended that. So there's so many actors that would be really cool to kind of go through. But honestly, when you think about it, like there's still so much more Stallone. Like It was the same thing with Arnold, where we were like, oh, we're kind of getting towards the end here, and we just saw so many more movies, and we're like, oh shit, and there's still movies for Arnold that we are want to do and will do, um, but we kind of got through the bulk of it, especially the popular bulk. So there's still some Arnold movies that are a little lesser known that we still really want to watch and put on the channel. Um, but we felt like it was a natural time to move on. So then we kind of moved on to focus more on Stallone. But it's like I feel like we've been doing Stallone for so long, and I like the more I think about it, I'm like, oh my god, there's so many more Stallone movies to watch. Um, like we still need to go back and finish the Rambo series. Like we will do everything we can to finish that and get those up on the channel. Um, even though they've been keep getting taken down. Um, but like I'm also really excited for um, I'm also really excited for the Suicide Squad. Like technically, that's a Stallone film. He plays King Shark, and then we still haven't seen Peacemaker. Like I've been holding off watching Peacemaker until we can watch the Suicide Squad, and that's technically a um, Stallone film and stuff. So I feel like we're gonna be doing Stallone for like the rest of the year still. Is Donnie Yen Ip Man? IP Man? I think it's Ip Man. I don't think it's IP Man. Is that Donnie Yen? Under Siege. Yeah, I mean we'll try to do every Stallone, every Arnold movie for sure. Yeah, and that's why like I mean even though we have like a Stallone series, we'll still only do like one or two movies a month or something. So it's not like we're only watching Stallone every single movie. So we do really try to break things up and break genres up, and even still like when we do series and stuff, it's every other week. Whether people have caught on to that or not. Um, people are always, we'll do Kill Bill and they're like, the next video is not Kill Bill 2. They'll be like, where the hell's Kill Bill 2? Like, well, it's going to be out in 2 weeks because we go every other week. Um, so we try to space things out for that specific reason of not getting tired ourselves, but also not tiring out the people who enjoy the channel of only getting one thing and one thing only. Yeah, we still haven't even done the third Rambo. We've only done Rambo 1 and 2. And then I try to get 2 back up a few times, and it just keeps getting pulled down. No, Tom, I'm super excited for the Suicide Squad. I'm going to count that. Yeah, U571. That was recommended a lot on Crimson Tide. Yeah, the It Man movies. I've only think I've seen the first one, quite possibly one of the greatest fight scenes I've seen in a movie, and just a fantastic movie. I feel like they've made way too many of them though. I think they're like one It Man like 5 or 6. Oh, Kusan. I was like, is that a movie? First, I was like, Home. I thought the movie was called Home, and it starred Stallone and Macaulay Culkin. And then I see you say Home Stallone. Okay, that was great. That was great, Kusan. Yes. So that's the only connection I've seen to Bruce Lee was through Ip Man or IP Man. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing it right. Incorrect. Nice, Yoshi. Both of those are excellent. Yeah, we still haven't seen the sequels or more Predator stuff. I saw the trailer for Prey. I feel like that's a really cool aspect, which honestly, I think Sam and I predicted that. I think we can pat ourselves on the back. I think we talked at length and Predator 2 discussion about how I would love to see a series of Predator, which I wasn't aware of the comics, but then I think people talked about the comics and stuff, that there's more situations where Predator fights people in different time periods and stuff. But I'm pretty sure I talked about saying like Predator in the past. Um, I thought that would be an interesting concept. And then there you go, Prey comes out. So some Hollywood executive out there was watching Sam and I's reaction and they took note. I feel like I deserve a little piece of that pie. Obviously, I'm joking. I'm sure they had that planned years before Sam and I ever talked about it. And I don't think Sam and I ever got as specific as what the actual movie would be about. That is a joke. No, absolutely, Tom. We really want to do more Rambo. Get the Rambo on there. Rambo all the way up to Rambo 6, I believe, right? The Raid. Those are movies that I haven't seen that I've been such highly recommended. So I would love to watch the Raid movies. So there might be a time period where we kind of get into like a martial arts kick. Yeah, Judge Dredd. I have seen the Carl Urban one. That was really sick. The more modern one, but I haven't seen the Stallone one. Yeah, there's more. Like we would still need to do RoboCop 2, Predator 2, Poltergeist 2. We'll do Karate Kid 4. We will do it before. We'll probably do it like the week before season 5 comes out. We'll probably do Karate Kid 4. I don't think we've seen that one yet, Jason. So that's on our list for sure. Yeah, Prey looks sick. I think it's a really interesting concept. Oh yeah, I mean we've most of our content is 80s and like 70s, 80s, 90s, just like uh, cheese and action and galore, and it's been great. Midnight Run, yeah, that's on our list for sure. Oh, five Rambos. Okay, yeah, Rambo 6. Rambo 6 is gonna be him fighting off in like a retirement center. Yeah, no, I mean we were loving the Rambo series. It was such a bummer that it just kind of got put on hold. Real unfortunate. Yeah, I mean we're fully going into the that Karate Kid sequel, understanding that it's got to be one of the weakest of the four, and that it's. I think if you go in with the right mindset, you're either it's exactly what you think, or you're pleasantly surprised. So obviously, we're not going to go in to watch Karate Kid 4 and be like, "Oh, I hope this is the best one." Sure, it won't be, but that doesn't mean that there won't be very interesting ideas or very cool moments. So there's always some positive that you can take out of even the worst movie. Oh, thanks, Ultimate. Dang. Whoa, really? That is some crazy. So that's very interesting. I mean, Howard Stern's a very pretty big deal. So I don't know. I would love like reaction culture to continue to become more mainstream. I just think it's so fun. I think it's just so fun. I feel like it's so positive. And I mean, at the essence and the root of it all is you just want to see someone get excited about the same thing that made you excited. This moment made me laugh. This moment made me cry. Whatever it was, it's there's just something about seeing another human being have the same reaction or a similar reaction that you had, and if you get that connection, or it's something wildly different, and you're like, wow, I never thought I would have seen it in that perspective, and that has its enjoyment too. So I just love reaction culture, and and sometimes I feel like it gets dunked on sometimes by people who don't kind of see it for what it is. So I don't know. Howard Stern, that would be interesting. I don't know if he shit all over it and was like, why are, I mean, there's times where you have like late night hosts and stuff where they shit all over Twitch. And they're like, I don't understand. Why would someone want to watch someone play video games when they can just play video games themselves? Why don't you just go outside and, play with a stick? Like, okay, shut the hell up. So I have no idea if Howard Stern was dunking on it or not, but that's seems like a step too. Like I've seen other things too, where it's I think I've talked about it where other reactors that we know were starting to get reached out by these production companies and stuff to be like, hey, you want to react to our show? That's huge. That's a huge step because I think there's nothing that every reaction channel fights more than copyright issues. Everyone's in the same boat, and it just sucks, and it's terrifying, and it's scary, and we're not trying to do something illegal. We're trying to follow fair use laws, but they're so vague that it's like, am I following it correctly? Please give me some guidance and help me out here. So the more that these production companies just actively are like, hey, here's our show, react to it, put on our channel, it becomes more standard. Like I was so excited for the Halo TV show. I was so excited. First of all, the trailers looked great, but then Paramount just shit all over us. And I was like, well, fuck, we're not doing it now. And then I never watched it. And then it got terrible reviews. And I saw some clips and I was like, oh, this looks like garbage. So I kind of dodged a bullet there, I think. But still, it's just like, I just want these freaking companies to be excited about it and, uh, and give us clear cut rules to follow, and we'll follow them. So hopefully that happens with it becoming a little bit more mainstream. So what reactor, a big guy? That's where I was getting at. That sometimes I go off on long tangents, but what reactor reacted to them being reacted to? Evil Dead was great. Jason loved it. I actually, it's not that I hate it. Like I was very grossed out, and Sam was extremely grossed out. But the more that I think about it, I'm like, that was just a really good movie. Like I just really loved the first Evil Dead. An Oscar winner in it. That's good enough for me. Haven't seen Beast of War. No. Yeah, Reactionception. Which Bo Burnham, I love Bo Burnham. He had a great piece on reactions. I don't know if he's shitting on it or not. Doesn't matter. It makes me laugh. Yeah, Mr. Miyagi's back. That's exactly, Tom. That's enough for us. I know. What is the new game? I haven't played it or seen it, but I feel like I've heard good things about an Evil Dead video game. Is it kind of like Dead by Daylight? I tried to play Dead by Daylight one time and couldn't get into a server, and then that was it. Never tried it again. Because I honestly feel like I would love Dead by Daylight, just playing by myself as like a monster going around trying to kill people. Um, but it just wouldn't work, so I never tried it again. Really? Oh, I don't remember too much. Episode 10 of Cobra Kai. Jesus, like something on my notes. Sorry. Um, it was episode 9. No, episode 8. Episode 8 was brutal for sure for Cobra Kai. Oh, there was no, there's definitely a couple of moments in episode 10 that are really not necessarily brutal, but yeah, very emotional. Network, geez, Louise, 10 Oscars. Definitely Minecraft. No, I've not seen. I didn't know Howard Stern ever had a movie, so no. Yeah, Evil Dead 2 was crazy. I think I prefer. I think both Sam and I prefer Evil Dead 1 over Evil Dead 2, though. Oh, thanks, Jason. Well, only only sign up if you see some sort of content that you would actually use or enjoy. So if there's value for you, then cool. If not, then just supporting us on YouTube is more than we can ask for. Yeah, and playing with a stick is sick. It is a lot of fun, but sometimes video games are fun too. Yeah, the first Evil Dead is just something special. Yeah, it's a good community too, DNA's in. There's a lot of just shit and just depressing shit constantly happening in the world. So sometimes it's nice to just have something where the whole point of it is about just experiencing stuff with other people almost exclusively in a positive way. So hopefully it stays that way. Yeah, I mean, I definitely see it as a win-win. I can argue all day long about why I think it's a win-win and free advertisement and huge benefit. And I mean, there's some channels. I mean, like Blind Wave or I mean, they're huge. I mean, there's some channels out there that are just massive, like Natalie and Popcorn in Bed and stuff. Just absolutely massive channels that just would drive so much traffic to these shows. If I was a executive at fucking Amazon or Netflix, I'd be like, get me these shows into these reactors channels. It would be great, Kustan. We've Sam and I've had such a fun part being a part of it. I watched reaction channels for years. It was my favorite form of content before we finally started making our own. Okay, yeah, it's crazy. I mean, there's always new channels popping up, and there's always channels that have existed for way longer than I realized, and I just never heard of them. There's so many out there, which is great because that's the whole point is the variety of it all. So having as many reaction channels as possible is awesome because then you just get a bunch of different perspectives and insight and stuff, and everyone kind of gets um, their favorite. Um, but just I haven't had any time. I don't think I've watched a reaction um, for a very long time, which is sad. It's unfortunate, but just if I have to pick between making a reaction or watching one, um, obviously making one is more enjoyable for Sam and I. Dead by Daylight. Okay, cool. Oh, Friday. Okay, interesting. Yes, we have finished season 4, and we have already seen Evil Dead 2. Yes, thank you, Gustan. Very important. I think we have that somewhere, um, in some description somewhere. But um, yeah, don't join Patreon. Anyone's Patreon towards the end of the month if you get charged when you join, because then you'll just get hit with another charge at the beginning of the month. So hold off for a week or so, and then if you see content that you like, join. Yeah, I'm working on the. I was working on the Evil Dead 2 edit before I jumped on, so that'll be coming up tomorrow, and I'll probably get the full length reaction for Cobra Kai done tomorrow as well, maybe. So it might go up on Patreon tomorrow, hopefully, if I can squeeze it in. That's okay, Marcus. You should spend the money on your greatest form of entertainment. Hey, how's it going, CRB 210? Thanks for joining us. I think it will happen one day, hopefully. I don't think it'll be like the music industry. The music industry is absolute pure shit, just pure garbage. They'll do anything they possibly can to hold on to any amount of power or money instead of just changing with the times. But I think the movie industry will be a little bit more. I mean, the video game industry just totally took advantage of it, and now Twitch is essential. I mean, you open up new video games now, and there's like settings in the video game that's like, hey, are you going to be streaming this on Twitch? Here's some settings for you to like block out nudity in certain songs. The video game industry just totally embraced the reaction. I mean, that's what Twitch is. You're just watching a reaction to a video game, pretty much. Um, so they embraced it. Hopefully, the movie and TV industry will embrace it as well. The streaming industry will embrace having reaction channels be a focal point for their entertainment and content and stuff. Interesting, Yoshi. Yeah, some companies are good. Some companies give no problems, no issues, and then some are just kind of still garbage. And I think they'll realize it eventually. I think there'll be some of these. I think Amazon and Netflix will probably lead the charge in terms of embracing reaction culture. Maybe like HBO Max or something will embrace reaction culture. And then I think there will be some channels that just fight it tooth and nail, and they'll suffer for it, like Paramount. I mean, even people's like reactions to the Halo trailer was getting striked and copyrighted. It's like you're not even letting people interact with the trailer of your show, so it's pretty ridiculous. It's just like don't talk about our stuff. Don't share anything about anything we're doing. We want it all to be secret and hidden. Just give us our money and come to our streaming service. It's like, okay, fuck off. Ooh, I haven't seen the Bill and Ted movies. So those would be cool. Um, Sam had a long day. Um, had to get up real early and stuff, so she's honestly probably asleep. Maybe next Friday. Ideally, next Friday we'll both be on for much longer. Both be on earlier and stay on later. Well, you let me know. You can always send me a private message on Patreon, Jason. If there's stuff that you enjoy, cool. If not, don't worry about it. Or if you need a refund or anything like that, just reach out. Whenever people reach out on Patreon, if they've had issues or whatever, unsatisfied or something like that, it's pretty easy for us to issue a refund. You are Sam and Cooper. Thank you, son. Is there a new Beavis and Butthead movie? That's crazy. Ultimate, yeah. Music, they're brutal. I don't get it. Yeah, Bill and Ted would be great. Yeah, we definitely have a lot of Keanu stuff that we could get through. Yeah, I mean, like, I don't understand it. Whatever. I mean, it's there are companies that can run it however they want, but like I said, if I was an executive, I would be seeing this opportunity and I'd be like, wow, we got to get our shit to the top reaction channels and give them early access to our stuff so they can get things filmed and recorded, and share it with their absolutely massive audience. Because that's the thing, no one's watching our shit as a substitute. It's not. It's too chopped up. We get comments all the time of people pissed off of how much it's chopped up. But that's the point. It's not a substitute. You're just seeing the reaction, or when you're watching the full length, you need your own copy. If you get your own copy, that means you're paying for these streaming services or renting this movie or buying this movie. Like it's all driving money to these companies or views or streaming or whatever subscriptions to these companies. So I would be all over this genre of YouTube if I was a executive at Netflix. Speed was so much fun. It was so great. Oh hey, how's it going, Minivan? Or not Minivan, Minvin. Hopefully I say that correctly. Awesome. Thank you so much for the support. Edinburgh. Edinburgh's a beautiful place. Yeah, Scotland was amazing. Tons of family there, so it was mostly just a family trip. But we had a lot of fun. It's always a great time. I just love the weather too. I mean, it was actually surprisingly very sunny, but I mean, it's hot. It's hot here. So I like the rainy, cloudy weather. Hey, some I love dumb, enjoyable movies, and not everything needs to be some sort of perfect Oscar winner or something like that. Sometimes you just want to be entertained and laugh. So I'm all for that DNA Zen. Yeah, I had no idea that there was a new movie. I've heard about Johnny Mnemonic, haven't seen it. Point Break, haven't seen that. So I think, oh shit, I almost knocked over my desk. I feel like Keanu would be a really strong person to follow because there's so many cool movies. Yeah, I mean, neither do I. How's it going? Stib show? Stib shoe? Sorry, I'm gonna go with Stib shoe. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't understand watching a reaction to something I've never seen before, or if I'm excited for a specific reaction channel, so I'll watch it before I watch the reaction. Which means at that point I've given my money and my service to this other company. I saw that comment a lot, Yoshi. That was great. I haven't seen that episode of The Simpsons. I think it was called The Bus That Couldn't Slow Down. How's it going, enemy chum? Awesome, Sarah. But yeah, the Untouchables coming up probably in a couple of weeks, like 2 weeks or something like that. So excited about that. And The Fugitive was excellent. The movie still feels like we watched like two, three movies in one. The Real House, holy crap, Ultimate, that's insane. I have seen The Replacements. That's a great movie. I don't think Sam has. God, I wish Sam hadn't seen The Waterboy. I think The Waterboy is my favorite Adam Sandler movie. She hasn't seen that. Oh no, she has seen that, so we can't do that on the channel. Um, but she hasn't seen Billy Madison. She hasn't seen um, Little Nicky. We both haven't seen Uncut Gems. What are some other peak? The Wedding Singer. I don't think we've seen 51st Dates. But there's more. What's the one where he's with Jack Nicholson? Anger Management. I don't think she's seen that. Click. Ooh, Click is a brutal movie. Never thought I would sob so much as I did watching an Adam Sandler movie. No, I have no idea about the ghost story of the fugitive. Yeah, I would love. We'll definitely do Point Break at some point. We both enjoy Keanu way too much. I wish we hadn't seen the John Wick movies, but I think I've seen every John Wick movie in theaters opening weekend, and that trend will continue. So those won't be coming to the channel. Yeah, the replacements would be great because that also has Gene Hackman in it, right? He's the coach, Gene Hackman, actually. I know sometimes I'm like, would people even want us to watch something that we've already seen? I guess it would depend on the type of movie. Like, you can't watch like Seven. Like, I feel like you're not going to get the same reaction watching Seven for the second time because you're just going to know everything. You're not going to be surprised by it. But movies that don't really have shocking twists or surprises, that it's just pure comedy, like you could probably watch. I could probably watch Monty Python, or like my reaction to Monty Python and the Holy Grail the 100th time that I've seen it is probably the same reaction I would have given the very first time I saw it, which is just constant laughter. Oh, okay. Thanks, enemy. Analyze this. And I feel like I've heard of that. We'll definitely have to have that on the channel or on our list of unseen movies. Okay, Ultimate. I'm gonna have to check that. Like you said, I think Sam may have already seen it or a different one or something. I'll have to check the Discord out. Obviously, I can't open up Discord now because it crashed the stream earlier. We've seen those, Min Vin. Both seen The Sixth Sense and Oceans. Well, I don't know if Sam's seen the Oceans 11, 12, 13. So maybe that one would be possible. I'll have to ask her if she's seen Oceans 11 or not, because that would be great to do. Yeah, Gene Hackman. That's great. Yeah, I mean, we just had Gene Hackman on Crimson Tide. Interesting, Yoshi. Okay, great. So hit a speed bump. Interesting. Wow, I'm gonna have to look into that. Remember the Titans? Yeah, we've both seen that one, but Sam hasn't seen. Oh, thanks, Marcus. Sam hasn't seen um, Friday Night Lights. I think she used to watch a TV show for a little bit or something like that, but she hasn't seen the movie. And that's an excellent movie. And we've seen some Peter Berg movies on the channel already, I believe. Um, and I that sometimes I try to watch. I've looked for reactions. There's a specific scene in Friday Night Lights where I forgot all of the characters, where they finally give it to like the running back or whatever he is. Fucking brutal and inspiring and so badass. That whole final football game is just so awesome. I think she would really love Friday Night Lights, and honestly, I would just love to watch it again. So that would be a cool football movie. Thank you, Sierra B. Hangover. Sam loves Hangover. Interesting. I have to check that out for sure, Yoshi. Oh, that could be a fun one. Yeah, see, I would love to do like these other types of videos, not necessarily only reaction stuff, but definitely other stuff that people are like, oh, go check this out, or check out the behind the scenes of this, or check out like especially for shit, what movie was it? It was some the Danish orchestra something. Fuck, what movie was it? Was it The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly? No, I don't know, but it was like that was like every comment almost. It was like, oh, go check out this by the Danish orchestra or something. So I would love to do more of these like other types of videos on our like second channel. Why am I in a black void? I know, right? We can never escape a black void. What does it look? What do I have behind me right now? How do I turn off my green screen? Oh, I still just have it. My God, there's a room here. It's all an illusion. There you go. I'm in a room with a window. It's shit on the floor. I've escaped hell. Mubber flubber. Thanks again for the bits, Marcus. Too generous. Interesting, Yoshi. I'm gonna have to look at that. Man on Fire. Yes, I think Sam would really love that movie. The Rundown. What is that? The Dwayne the Rock Johnson. Nice, Yoshi. Oh, thanks, Marcus. It's like a little donation. I think one bit is like 1 penny. I think 100 is the equivalent of $1. So you just generously gave me $1. If you would like a refund, tough shit. I don't know how to do that on Twitch. Dang, they scrub that ghost from all existence. Ooh, it is not. Man of Fire is not Paramount. All right. That's going to go up on the schedule sooner than later. That's a good one for sure, Gustan. I Horror doesn't get the most like views on our channel, but it's some of the most fun reactions we possibly have. Horror and comedies for sure. Comedies, it's weird. Like we could watch like a 2.5 hour movie that's like a drama or like trying to figure shit out, like suspense or something like that. And by the time you're done, you're okay. You're fine. But when you watch a comedy, it could be like an hour and a half movie. And when you're laughing for like an hour and a half straight, by the time you're done, your head like hurts. Like it's exhausting to watch. Like you're just because you're engaging your core because you're like laughing so hard, your cheeks hurt, you have a little bit of a headache. Um, so it's always interesting. It's always way more difficult to react to a comedy and then still do more stuff that day than to react to like a longer, just like drama where like you're paying attention maybe mentally and stuff. Very interesting. There's also so much that I'm learning about movies and reactions, or more about like movies and myself and stuff. Now that we have a reaction channel. No, she loves watching the horror movie stuff too. So you're good, Gustan. Rundown is fun. I think I've seen that one. If it's the movie I'm thinking of, it's very fun. Yeah, horror genre and scaring people. It's probably on the easier side. I think that's why you have a lot of low budget horror stuff because you can get those same like scary. You can invoke those emotions way easier on a horror side than you can. I mean, that's why like news is always fucking depressing and scary because it's just that's like one of the easiest emotions. It's way like if I meet a stranger, it's way easier for me to scare that stranger than it is to make that stranger like fall in love with me. So it's like I always like it's always interesting how some movies do it so effortlessly. Like True Romance. I remember True Romance. Both Sam and I were like we could feel it. Like we could feel the love of the characters of True Romance almost immediately. And then you watch some other movies where it's like these two characters are supposed to have like a love interest, and by the time the movie's over, it's like I never believed it. I never for a second believed it. So it's uh it's way more it's way easier to do horror and scare people. So that's interesting to know that the person came up with Alien because they're like, well, fuck, that's too hard. So let me just I'm failing with this, so let me go ahead and try just try scaring them. Yeah, just the void background. Give you guys a little sneak peek. Eventually, I want to paint. You can kind of see. I guess it's over here. I would be a terrible weather person. It's a difficult job to do things. That's tape because we're gonna tape this whole back wall green so that we're not so trapped within the confines of this green screen. That's been taped for about 2 months since we moved into the house. So that's a visual representation of how long it takes us to get shit done because we're just so far behind on stuff. Oh shit, is Peter Berg in the rundown or did he direct the rundown? I had no idea. Gene Hackman as Lex Luthor, did not know that. Battleship. I think I've seen parts of Battleship. I think that might be considered a dud for him. Yeah, CBR, CRB. Uh, Out of any channel or production company or something like that, Paramount has given us the most amount of copyrights and strikes, copyright claims and copyright strikes. So we always try to be a little bit more aggressive when we do Paramount stuff in terms of the edit, just because obviously they have a different standard than other companies. I think I had a few issues with WandaVision on the Disney side. That was about it. Um, Fox and like Warner Brothers hardly ever get anything. Oh shit! I totally forgot Gene Hackman was in Unforgiven. Wow. So we've done Gene Hackman a few times on the channel. Yeah, I don't know. I hopefully everyone who did Top Gun is going to be okay. But that was the specific reason we didn't do Top Gun was because we were like we've been screwed by Paramount a dozen to 2 dozen times already. I mean, not even no. I think Popcorn in Bed had trouble with Top Gun. I think she had Top Gun and then it got taken down. I think she was able to re-edit and get it up again. Pretty sure. Yeah. Yes, for sure, Marcus. I think it was Vicuña. I'm pronouncing that correctly. She lost her channel. She got it back. Well, she didn't get her channel back, but she was able to start again. And I think she's been doing great. But I've never seen any of those movies, and they will never be on their channel. Wow, that's incredibly high praise. I mean, Gene Hackman is great. The Bone Collector. Okay. Okay. Wow. Peter Berg directed. I did not realize that. Well, that was like I had a ton of fun with the rundown. Wow. Interesting. I've never seen the old Christopher Reeve Superman, so that would be really cool. Marlon Brando, Superman's dad. Holy crap. I haven't seen any Batman before Christian Bale. Okay, yeah, some good Gene Hackman suggestions. Interesting. I've seen parts and elements of the old, maybe Tim Burton's Batman, but I don't think I've ever sat down and watched the movie from start to finish. From anything before Christian Bale. Um, Full Metal Jacket is intense movie for sure. I think Inside Man. I don't know if Sam's seen that or not. Yeah, hopeless romantic. Yeah, I mean the modern Batmans are definitely much different than the old style Batmans. The old Batman movies, you can see they're much more like comic, whereas the new ones are a little bit more realistic. Just much different styles. All right. Well, this was great. I was happy I was able to jump on, hang out for a little bit. Yeah, I'm a huge fan of the current Batman. Excited for that. Crazy fucking all the what is it, Ezra Miller stuff. Psychotic. I was looking forward to the Flash movie a little bit. I don't know, how are they ever going to release that fucking movie now? I don't know what they're going to do. I was really excited because there's a Colombian actress who's playing Supergirl, not Supergirl. Oh yeah, I guess Supergirl technically. Supergirl, Superwoman. Great difference in the characters. I don't know. Anyways, I was really excited. I'm mostly Colombian, so I always like to support Colombia. I was really excited for that. So hopefully she gets her chance or an opportunity somewhere else because that I don't know what the fuck they're gonna do with that entire movie. I mean, honestly, they might just that movie might just never come out.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
thank you for the follow. Yeah, I mean there was a lot to be excited for. I mean, I was excited for Supergirl. I was excited for Keaton. I was excited to see Ben Affleck come back. He's one of my favorite Batman. I don't think there's any scene other than the warehouse fight scene that like is that's what I want. I want Batman to just be just a huge fucking dude just killing other dudes. Not killing, well, technically yeah, but uh so that was just peak Batman for me. So I was excited for a lot of elements for that movie, and I don't think that's coming out. I know, freaking, jeez, some casting decisions there. I'm a huge fan of Zack Snyder, but I wasn't he probably part of the decision making to cast Ezra and Amber. So he's got to get someone on his team that has a better sense of judgment or of character. I mean, he knocked it out of the park with Ben Affleck and Henry Cavill and Gal Gadot, um, Ray Fisher. Who else? Jason Momoa. I assume maybe. I don't know how much of a role he had with casting Jason Momoa. But anyways, that sucks. Just scrap everything. Just scrap everything. Bring back Henry Cavill. I feel like her name is Sasha, first name for the Colombian actress. Bring her back as Supergirl. Bring back Ben Affleck. Bring back Gal Gadot. You'll be fine. Yeah, the fights are like the comics and video games. I was really excited for Batman versus Deathstroke. Is that what it is? Crap. Joe Magnoliolio. He would have been badass. That took that away from him. That sucks. I think they'll probably yeah they're that Flash movie's never coming out unless everything we've heard of Ezra Miller is a lie. Which at this point I think he has like children locked up in a house with guns or something crazy like that. I don't know. It's getting fucking crazy. Um, so yeah, at this point I don't think that movie's ever coming out, and I think they're gonna spend the 30 million or whatever it would cost to digitally insert a different actress into all of Amber Heard's parts. I am excited about the Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings. I think I said it earlier. The original. I know there was more before that, but the Lord of the Rings, the Peter Jackson Lord of the Rings that came out in like the 2000s. It's probably my favorite trilogy of all time. Some of my favorite movies of all time. Favorite movie moments. That hit me at an age where I was just starting to like really love movies, and that was just everything to me. So Lord of the Rings just holds such a special place in my heart. I did everything I could to like the Hobbit movies, but it was just so much CGI garbage that at the end of the day, I just fucking hated it. Um, so I haven't seen much about the latest Lord of the Rings, but they've definitely dumped a ton of money. I mean, it's going to be the most expensive show ever made. And I think I just recently saw some orcs for the first time, and they look really good. Um, it looks like practical effects, makeup. I mean, you watch the Lord of the Ring movies today, they look fucking amazing. Everything, every CGI aspect, every orc, everything looks spectacular. It's crazy. I don't understand it. Like you could watch Jurassic Park today and it looks perfect, and you can watch Lord of the Rings today and it looks perfect. Yet there's plenty of other movies that came around similar times that look horrendous today. So I think it's this mix of practical and CGI that just blends perfectly. So the picture that I saw of the orcs looked really promising. So I'm gonna give it a chance for sure. I just love Lord of the Rings way too much to not give it its chance and see what happens. And I hope it's fantastic because I would love it. I would love as much. I remember how excited I was when The Hobbit was announced. I was so excited. And then just watching it, I had fun in the theaters, but the more that I just thought about it, I'm like, why? Why does it look like this? Yeah. Hey, go submit an application, Tom. They need someone to guide them better. Nice. Shared birthday. That's awesome. Jeremy Irons. Yeah, great. No, I know. It's not their fault. to not realize that how crazy they fucking were. Oh yeah, just give me Henry Cavill's every role. I would pay an unlimited amount of money to see Henry Cavill play every role in like a Justice League movie. Well, that was another. There's some movies I just really try to love. I really try to love Wonder Woman 84, and after a day or two of really thinking about it, I'm like, holy shit, that sucked. But I mean, I think Gal Gadot is amazing as Wonder Woman. So hopefully, I think she's going to do a third one. Hopefully, they kind of redeem it there. Oh, it would have Morbius. It would make one more $1 billion of an Ezra Miller and Amber Heard team up movie. They should. Morbius should announce them as Morbius 1 and Morbius 2. Oh, Lord of the Rings trilogy is just peak cinema for me. I just love it. Yeah. So I think there's a lot to like. I mean, clearly they've been working on the show for like 5 years or something stupid like that. They've dumped like $500 million into it. Um, I think I saw the trailer and I honestly wasn't impressed. I was like, shit, this sucks. Especially because the trailer for Halo was so sick, and then the show came out, and I saw clips of the show. I'm like, this looks like fucking garbage. And then so hopefully the trailer just didn't impress, but the show will. And honestly, like I love Lord of the Rings so much, but there's so much lore that I just don't know. Because I think it takes place a few thousand years before the events of Lord of the Rings. Um, so what is it? Fuck, it's Middle Earth. But I don't know. See, I don't remember the lore, so I would just be fucking it up. But whatever the time period technically is for when it takes place, I don't know anything. So there's going to be so much stuff that could be new and fresh and exciting. Um, so it's just, I don't know. I'm really excited for it. I hope it doesn't let me down. And I think I'll probably want to do it on the channel. I don't know. Yeah, you gotta watch the Lord of the Rings movies. They're excellent. I've never done it, but I've always wanted to do the Lord of the Rings, the three movies, the extended editions, all in one day. Just, I don't know. It seems fun. Yeah, I remember that. I don't think I ever saw it in that different frame rate. I don't remember. Honestly, I read the Hobbit book and I wasn't impressed either. I don't know. I read the Hobbit after watching the movie. I read it, and what I took away from it was just like every single time there was a situation, the very first solution is let me just put the ring on, and then that was it. That was the solution. Like it was, I don't know. It felt so weird. It was just like every single time, it was like, how am I gonna get out of this situation? Let me put the ring on, and then there would be some new situation that was drastically different. It's like, oh my god, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna put the ring. And so it's like, is there ever gonna be anything that isn't resolved by just Bilbo Baggins putting the ring on and then sneaking away or something? So I don't know. I was kind of disappointed by the Hobbit book. I have not seen Enola Holmes. I haven't seen him play Sherlock. Yeah, I mean, you see Gal Gadot interacting with like fans or children or something. She's a true like Wonder Woman. Yeah, yeah. Zack Snyder is just Henry Cavill League. Oh my god, that would make 10 more billion dollars. Mortal Kombat was cool. I didn't say the Resident Evil one, but I think a lot of people like Mortal Kombat, but no one's gonna be like, "Oh my god, that was such a well-written movie." It was probably just fun fan service. So that's not a good sign that those are not three strong writing movies I would consider. I really enjoyed the Mortal Kombat movie. I think I forgot where I watched it, but I was like, damn, that was awesome. But I feel like it was awesome fighting and action and stuff. I don't remember a single line of dialogue. Average age of our viewers. Well, we can look at the analytics. I think our average age group is like probably somewhere to like late 20s to early 30s, I think. It probably goes to like 20s to 60, like 25 to 60 is probably the majority in there of the viewers, but um like maybe 1 or 2% higher is like the 25 to 35 range maybe. Yeah, King Kong, I remember that one. Yeah, I mean the I would say that range like 25 to 60, it's pretty even for that, like any age that you pick between that. So it's kind of like right in the middle. Yeah, put a ring on if you love it for sure. Yeah, I know. I would probably watch it at some point. I don't think that would be like a movie that we put on the channel. That would just be something that I would watch for fun. What I would want would be Henry Cavill doing any sort of Warhammer content, like a Warhammer TV show. That'd be fucking sick, but that would be so ungodly expensive. I don't know how you would do a manageable budget size Warhammer TV show or movie. Yeah, I definitely got that Stib shoe. For whatever reason, I was expecting because I remember reading some of the Lord of the Rings. I never finished the Lord of the Rings book because it's technically just one book, isn't it? And those are just three sections or something. I could be wrong. I remember reading a good portion of the Fellowship of the Ring, and it's pretty complex. Like there's a lot to it. And then I remember reading The Hobbit because he wrote The Hobbit first, right? And then he wrote Lord of the Rings. And then Cimmerillion or something or more. There's a lot. There's a lot out there for sure. But I remember just The Hobbit. I was like, what is that? Like it was so basic. I don't know what I was expecting, but it was incredibly basic. Street Fighter, nice. Oh, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind is an excellent movie. I love that movie. All right. Well, it's getting a little late for me here. So I'm probably gonna be ending the stream. Ooh, audiobooks. That would be a sick idea. But I'm glad I was able to jump on and chat. I think what we were on for, oh, it only says about an hour and 40 minutes. That's good. I'm glad I was able to come in and hang out and catch up with everyone. Like I said, we're actually doing pretty well. We, tomorrow's movies got some progress to it. We've already got Tuesday recorded, so we should be able to get a little bit further ahead of schedule this weekend. A little bit ahead on editing as well, and then that should really start to free up a lot more space for us to do different things, new things, and most importantly, jump on Twitch on a consistent basis. We were never really consistent on Twitch as much as I wanted to be, but we were still hitting almost every Friday. So I would really like to get back to being here every single Friday night for us, Friday morning for some people. Um, or Friday, absolutely middle of the night for some people. So I'd really like to start coming back. Both Sam and I hanging out. It's been so much fun on Twitch for sure. Um, so I think we're there. I think we're getting there to the point where we can really be here every Friday. Um, so yeah, it was great to catch up with everyone. Thanks for everyone for chatting, sharing more movie suggestions. We got Evil Dead coming up, Evil Dead 2 coming up tomorrow. So hopefully I see some interesting behind the scenes facts or comments or something like that. Um, and yeah, let me get through the last couple of comments. Okay, cool. So I was correct about it being technically one book. I will tell Sam hi from everyone. Good night, everyone. Good morning, wherever you are. Great to catch up with you too, Yoshi. Oh no, Marcus. We have not toasted a Pop Tart yet, but I promise you the next time we eat a Pop Tart, it will be toasted. So, good night, everyone. You sleep well. Hope everyone's doing good. Catch you all in the comment section tomorrow and catch you on stream next Friday. Yes, go watch Arcane. It's an amazing show. Whether you like animation stuff or not, I think you'll enjoy Arcane. So, good night. Peace, everyone. Bye. Look at you can no whatever abyss or black abyss. I'm in an actual room. So good night, everyone.